22nd July 1980, morning session continued.
अनुभव आहे तुमका जाग आणि योग यांची मुक्ती आहे त्याच्यात सगळं अनुभव आहे मला शिकवर अनुभव कुठं आनंद कुठं मजा सगळं काय आहे बाग जाग आणि झोपेच्या ऋतूमध्ये त्याच्या नवरा बायकोच्या ऋतूमध्ये एक आनंद असतो होतं ह्याच्यामध्ये आनंद आहे जाग आणि झोप
understand the basic fact that in the union of the waking state and the sleeping state, that consciousness in that state is all the concept of all the ecstasy or all the pain of the ecstasy. At the moment it is an ecstasy. Like it is in the union of man and woman. But all that only after the arising of the I amness of consciousness. And your permanent state, your true nature, reality, absolute, whatever you want to call it, is prior to the arrival of true consciousness. Any experience of any kind is subsequent to the appearance of the I amness of consciousness.
आम्ही आता विषय एक वेगळाच आहे नाही का आता एक विषय वेगळा आहे की नाही हा चला होत बोलून घ्या
वो म्हणाले ना
थोडा वेगळा आहे हो मला सांगतो तुम्हाला
वेगळा आहे का he says, although the point is the usual one, because it doesn't stray from it. But the way the subject has developed today, is it not different from the way the earlier the subject has been tackled? Misunderstanding. Concept.
आणि ही कल्पना जाग आणि झोप म्हणजे झोपून अतिशय होतो रोजच्या रोज जाग आणि झोप ही कल्पना
In fact, he said the basic concept is this concept of I am. And based on this basic concept, I have the other two concepts of waking and sleeping. And every day, the objectivization goes on all the time. One is awake. And then the objectivization stops in sleep because the consciousness needs rest. And again the whole thing starts, day in, day out.
Why does consciousness need rest?
मग हे जाणीवेला झोपेची गरज का असते रेस्ट घ्यायची जरूर का असते
समते म्हणून
tired.
What time reason does it get?
Tired of doing all the objectivization continuously.
I'm reading this book, and while I was reading it, there were many times when I felt that yes, but I can't. The moment I put the book down, it might last for some time, but I can't seem to hold that, and I have a feeling that is something to hold on to. But the moment I do another work, that connection just falls. I don't even realize when it is.
कळाल केलेलं आहे कर्म होते त्याने परंतु ही कर्मरूप नव्हे त्या कर्मरूपीला साक्षी आहे तो
महाराज
जाग झोपेचा साक्षी आहे आणि जाग झोपी कर्मरूप आहे
Maharaj said that is why, exactly why he said earlier that worldly or unworldly, whatever kind of pleasure or peace or happiness one feels, both worldly and unworldly, are temporary. And that is not true. It is only entertainment. So he said when you read the book, you have an experience of a certain amount of peace, or fire, or happiness. He said, understand that that is not the truth. That is also an experience. And you are the witness of that experience. That experience is not the truth. Understand that very firmly, with great conviction. One identifies oneself with that experience. Now I've got it. It is not. You are prior to it, you are merely the witness. And you are the witnesser of this state of sleep and waking. Keep on demolishing whatever you think you have got. म्हटलं काही जे काही सापडलं असं तुम्ही म्हणाल तर मला ते फोडून टाकणार.
In talk about the spiritual life, the word used in English is the path, path or the way. There's also a saying that the sadhak becomes the path himself. It's just word, wonderful. But isn't it the case that these ideas have to be there in order to give some sort of form to one's work, if you like, one's continuing attempt to do what he tells us to do. There has to be some vocabulary to describe it. He is somebody who's trying to do what Maharaj tells. There's somebody else who isn't. That's the difference. One is a sadhak, one isn't a sadhak.
यांचं म्हणणं असं की थोडे शब्द वापरावे लागतात समजून घेण्याकरता. साधक मग मार्ग असं हे आहे. आणि असं सांगितलं जातं की साधक जेव्हा त्याची प्रगती होते तेव्हा साधक आणि मार्ग एकच होता. तेव्हा असं काहीतरी धरून राहावं लागतं, नाही तर काहीच धरायला नाही मिळालं मग अगदी
तुम्हाला धरून राहता का? एका विषयातून तुला धरून राहावं लागलं का? ते तर आहेच न जाता आहे ना. एका विषयातून तुला धरून राहिलं असता बाजूला धरलेलं होतं जीवन आलं जातं पण तू राहिलायस ना.
whatever we may hang on to as the support, understand that it can only be temporary. It cannot last. But what is lasting is that conscious presence, which is you and which is there all the time. And whatever else you may have for support or anything else is purely conceptual and is bound to be temporary. That is basically to be understood.
अनेक गोष्टींचा मला एक अनुभव आला. बरोबर तुला दूर राहिलेला आहे. कुठल्या पाहिजे ज्याचे तुला आठवण होते पण ते काय तुझ्या ते काय तुला शिकण्याचं म्हणणं असतं. तू मात्र
in an active year, you may have had millions of experiences. But has any experience during that millions, has any one of them lasted with you? This is a cannot last, because consciousness is movement. And anything that happens in consciousness is temporary, is movement. You are not movement in consciousness. Whereas the witness of this, which is you, this consciousness, that is the only thing which is constant. Any movement can only be seen against something constant. This you are the constant fact. Everything else is a movement. Against the background of that which is unmoved.
Tell him I don't want to argue with him, but there's a class of experience which you may call memory of an idea or something like that. For example, one is constantly trying to do what he's saying, to recollect oneself, not to identify what it is. That is also going on. That is fairly continuous. I admit it's not there 24 hours a day, but let's say for several hours a day it is there. That has a certain continuity to it. It's a sort of different category from...
ठरलाय काय तू हे तर ठरलाय का आपल्या
So what?
You say, is any experience, including the experience of this body, has that been of your making, or has it come by itself, without your wanting it, without your asking for it, without your doing anything about it? The body has come without your doing anything about it. The consciousness has come automatically, spontaneously. Whatever experience, it only comes by itself, does it not? Does it come because of your doing something or wanting?
Not conscious.
आणि आपण जाणार आहे तुला घालवायची गरज नाही, हे पण जाणार आहे. तू बघ काय घर कधी जाणार, तुला काय कळलं तर जाणार आणि तू राहणार आहे, पण जा घेतलं तरी ते नको.
Whatever has come spontaneously, whatever experience you may have had, every single thing of that is going to go away after a certain time. It is temporary and final. And only that which was prior to the arrival of the consciousness and the subsequent experiences, only that will. That which is not to me, that which is without form, without identification.
Yeah, but in this connection, would the Maharaj say that doing is a total illusion?
मग महाराजांचं असं म्हणणं आहे का काही करणं म्हणजे मिथ्या आहे, चुकीचं आहे, काहीही करणं
म्हणणार म्हणून अनुभवात ते येणार आहे, म्हणायची गरज नाही. राग आणि लोक गेल्यानंतर आपल्या आपण
He says there is no need of asking anyone and anyone saying it. It will be your experience that the body and the states of waking and sleeping and all experiences in consciousness, everything is going to go away. After the body goes, the breath and the consciousness within the body will disappear. And all experiences collected and accumulated based on that consciousness will also go away. There is no question of anybody saying it or not saying it, wanting it or not wanting it.
आश्रमात यामध्ये बोलणे होतात का? त्याचा तो आश्रम आहे, ज्या आश्रमात तिकडून असे बोलणे होतात का?
Maharaj says in your ashram, that is Madhava's room, do you have discussions of this nature that we are running now?
A rather rare event.
Far क्वचित.
अरे काय नाही, करणार नाही, कर्मणूक करतात फक्त. असं नाही तसं नाही कर्मणूक.
He says, all this discussion, no one can say this from experience. He said they're all, again he uses the word entertainment. Exchange of concepts, exchange of ideas. That is all it is, pure entertainment. He repeats, entertainment. To while away the time.
So by the way,
While away the time. We'll pass the time of the day.
go ahead, sir.
No, I told him. So, understand. Let us at least understand.
तुम्ही घेऊन सासू ठेवलं होतं त्याला राहणारच.
If you think you are going to collect it in a box or in your pocket, it cannot last. Understand. Apprehend rather.
The reason I asked about doing is that certainly my thinking, if I may call it thinking, on the subject, does assign a very important place to what I would call will. What we call willpower, but a better word is will. With the idea that if you don't make some kind of effort, you get nowhere.
मग ह्याचं म्हणजे पुन्हा मग साधकाने काही केलं नाही निश्चयाने तर मग तो पुढे जाणार नाही, प्रगती होणार त्याची. साधकाने तीव्र केलं नाही तर प्रगती होणार त्याची असं आहे.
ज्याला प्रगती पाहिजे तो करणार होता, ज्याला प्रगती कल्पना सुद्धा नाही तो कशाला करतो.
Maharaj said, those who think that progress has to be made. He will continue to do something, even if it's conceptual. But the one who understands that he is already there and there is no progress to be made, what will he do?
Okay, but isn't there tremendous scope for self-deception in him? Men being what they are.
मग तो म्हणतो कोणी समजलं की मला काही सगळं आहे तर तसं आहे, ठीक आहे असं समजलं म्हटलं तर तिथं स्वतःला फसवून घेण्याची पण स्वतः काय बनवलं. Then he says self-deception. So he says, who is this who is going to be self-deceived? Who is this? What is this that you think is going to be self-deceived?
Empirical ego.
You see, and he says there is no entity. The start of the thing is that there is no entity. It is not possible for a phenomenal object to do something, to achieve something. And this is only a phenomenal object. That is where we start.
The very effort to stand back, realize that you are. I mean, isn't it an effort? I mean, wouldn't you categorize it in what my husband calls doing? I mean, don't you have to make that effort to stand back?
ध्यानचं एक सूक्ष्म फरक असा करतात की काही न करणं हे सुद्धा एक प्रकारचं करणं नव्हे का. न करणं म्हणजे काय करणं, न करणं म्हणजे काय करणं सांगा. ते not doing anything means what kind of doing?
Not doing in the spiritual part, that's what I meant.
Yes, yes.
Huh?
In the spiritual.
Well, if you, our normal way of living every day is being identified, alright?
Pursuing entertainment.
Of standing back. Is there a qualitative difference between...
You see what he said, well, carry on your entertainment. He says carry on your entertainment.
Yes.
But don't be under misapprehension that you are doing anything. Understand that it is pure entertainment.
No, I understand that it's pure entertainment, whether you're searching or whether you're not searching. But from the point where you are entertaining yourself and you wish to watch yourself entertaining yourself, isn't there some difference?
So he says, tell me what the form or color of that who is going to stay away from the entertainment. What is the form or color of that which you expect will stand aloof from what is being done as entertainment? The one who is going to be within that entertainment and the one who is going to be without the entertainment. He says, what is the color or form of that which is going to remain in or
Here, and I say I am God. How come people don't come and pranam me? This is my question. I say I am God. Why don't people come and pranam me?
यांचं म्हणायचं मी ईश्वर आहे असं माझी खात्री झाली, मग हे लोक येऊन मला प्रणाम का नाही करीत. विश्वास झाला त्याला नामरूप बसेल अवघड नामरूप चालतो. अवघ्या जगाचं नामरूप त्याला व्यक्तित्व आहे, त्याला व्यक्तित्व नाही. If you have truly understood that you are God, then before that conviction comes, you will have lost your identity. You see? And you will have merged with the total manifestation. Therefore, who will expect whom to come and do pranam? आकाशाच्या अग्नी कृष्ण आकाश काय करताना दिसतो, आकाश काय क्रिया करताना दिसतो. There is space, there is God before space. That is, space is subsequent to God. But do we see space doing it?
आकाश जो काय करतं विश्व काय करताना कसं तिथे तो काय करतो पण समजावं.
So if we cannot see space doing anything, then how is it possible for us to see God doing anything?
Ganga. I'm still, the subject is there such a thing as doing or using one's will to achieve anything, etc.? Take the case of somebody who sits up at night trying to meditate. He wakes himself up with the alarm clock, he sits up, still very tired. And every now and then he starts doing like this, and he pulls himself up, and then he goes again, and he keeps on, and keeps on, and keeps on, trying to stay awake. Maybe saying his mantra or whatever it is to himself. Now, is he not doing something? Is he not trying? Is he not making an effort, as we call it, in that direction, in the direction of what he's doing?
तेव्हा तो साधक काहीतरी करतो की काहीच करीत नाही, त्याचा काही फायदा त्याला आहे का नाही?
तो काहीतरी करतो आहे बरोबर आहे. तो जे काय करतो आहे ते बरोबर आहे. पण करून पुढे जाण्यानंतर त्याचं करण्याने केलेलं सगळं आपण म्हणून जायचं. पुढे करतो आणि केलेलं आपण म्हणून जायचं.
At the stage of this seeker, what he is doing may be right, but he will soon find out that the seeker will disappear in the seeking. At that stage, it may be right.
खर्च आणि आपण असं म्हणतो करेल आणि केलेलं कळेल त्याला. फक्त फक्त झालं मग त्याला ते कळणार नाही.
The seeker, so long as he is a seeker, will probably be conscious of the effort that he is doing. But when the seeker disappears, then there is no question of doing it, obviously.
Being a seeker, there are things which you do which are not in the ultimate real. But at that stage, it is important for you to do good things.
That's what he said.
पण ही कळणे सुद्धा पुढे कळणार. राग आणि झोप याच्याकडे यायची माझे नव्हे. राग झोप आणि कळते ही अवस्था आहे. त्याचा जन्म झालेला आहे, त्याचे कर्म आहे. माझा जन्म झालेला आणि अजन्म आहे. आणि हे सगळं जन्म झाल्याचं वाचून मावळणार आहे. सूर्य उगवला आणि मावळला, चंद्रकुंडचा मावळतो. कसं आहे राग झोप आणि कळते पण झाला.
And later, when the seeker understands the position, he will understand that it was not his true nature that was doing all this, but that which was born, or that to which the label born was attached. That is, the consciousness which has identified itself with the body, and the states of waking and sleeping. That whole bundle, that is what you are doing, and that he is not that. But whatever purpose, or whichever way, if that is already understood, then that intervening stage is not necessary.
ते दृश्य आहे. ते दृश्य असताना अदृश्य आहे बाब. हे दृश्य आहे पण मूळ जातीने अदृश्य आहे. आणि अदृश्य आहे खरं. आता दृश्य रूप आहे खरं नाही. आता दृश्य रूप आहे पण खरं नाही. मग खरं काय हे अदृश्य असणे खरं आहे. यापैकी माझ्या उपयोगी काय
Maharaj says, now whose body is visible, it is sensorially perceptible. But he has understood his true nature, which is that which was before the body and the consciousness came into being. Therefore, he sees this not as the visible thing which is seen by others, but as that which is and which was before this visible thing came into being.
कोणत्याही लक्ष रूपाने जे आहे ते असत्य अदृश्य आहे ना बरोबर मला होय म्हणायची पण त्याचा उपयोग काय त्याच्या रूपाने काय जरी असेल असत्य
Anything that is sensorially perceived and interpreted by the mind is an appearance. Is an appearance in consciousness. And anything that is an appearance in consciousness is not true. Is a pure objective and is therefore untrue. It is false.
मी माझी वस्तू मी बोलतो आणि तुम्हाला ऐकवतो अन्याचं काय मला माझी स्वतःची वस्तू तुम्ही बोलते ती तुम्ही ऐकतो
I am not telling you anything which is foreign to my experience. Whatever I am telling you, I am telling you that which I have perceived and experienced. And whatever I have perceived is the same thing as far as you are concerned. But I am telling you my own condition.
जगा दुसऱ्या साधू तो महात्मा काय बोलले तिकडून लक्ष
I am not concerned.
हे अनेक असत्य एवढे
I am not concerned with what other knowledgeable people might say. I am only concerned with one fact, and that is, I know that this that is visible and will appear is untrue, is false.
थोडी असेल किंवा शुक्रला कल्पनेचे बोलल्यावर वेळ आपल्याला महात्मा म्हणजे त्याला पृथ्वीची आवडलेला कल्पने म्हणजे आपल्याला गुंडाळून करतो
Understand that anyone who propagates any kind of religion is what has happened is that he found a concept which he adores. He adores it so much that he has enveloped himself in that concept. He loves that concept so much that he compulsively feels that he must carry it out. He must share that concept with others. He doesn't blame anybody. He is so enveloped by himself. It's a very simple thing. This will not last. It is time bound, and anything which is time bound is untrue, because time itself is a constant.
म्हटलं बघतो तुम्हाला काय काय कळतं ते बघा हवं ते घ्या नंतर सोडून घ्या
This is what I am talking is based on this simple fact. And it is based on this experience. If it appeals to you as a concept at the moment, accept it. Otherwise,
त्या साधूने तुम्हाला काय सांगितलं सुख बरोबर मी म्हणला
I will not say,
ते घ्या
I will not say whether what you have been told by anyone else is true or false, or correct or incorrect. But all that I will say is that what I say is from this conviction that whatever is an appearance cannot be.
तुम्ही आवडले ते घ्यायला चालत नाही ते सुख किंवा बरोबर कशा म्हणणं मी एवढंच म्हणतो हे असत्य आहे
This is all I know is that this is false. What someone else gives out of his conceptual knowledge according to what he believes it is.
No clash as far as I'm concerned. There's no incompatibility with anything I've heard.
काय आहे किंवा नाही कोण म्हणणार तुझ्याशिवाय
He said,
वाद आहे की नाही तुझ्याशिवाय कोण म्हणणार आहे
he said, who other than you can say whether there is a conflict or not?
तूच म्हणणार
Yes, I'm the authority on that.
तुझ्या ओळखीच्या विश्वासावर म्हणणार नाही तुझ्या ओळखीच्या विश्वासावर तू काय म्हणणार असं पण
He said, whatever you say you will say on the strength of your knowledge about yourself, on the strength of the knowledge which you have about yourself. So,
22nd July 1980, evening session begins.
By meditation, you have to have conviction about it. You must have conviction about that. That is the only thing that you have to do, nothing more than that.
अगदी क्लिअर शुअर डाऊन
It shows up.
आम्ही एकमेकाला मदत करतो. But you are a senior member. You are senior.
No, she.
She is senior.
From time to time, the mind forgets, and from time to time one forgets the being, and the mind the being identifies itself with the mind. Am I correct in saying that anyway, one should have no regrets for whatever happens in the past, but just continue from moment to moment. Forget about what happens in the past. Now, sometimes when you get identified, then you again remember yourself. The past really does not matter, nor does the future, because both are really products of the mind.
आणि जाणीवीमधनं पुन्हा मनात शिवून मनाच्या व्यापारामध्येच गुंतलेलो असतो तो पुन्हा आम्ही जाणीवेमध्ये असतो. आता हे असं होतं म्हणजे त्याच्यावर आता मी मनामध्ये उतरलोय म्हणजे तो भूतकाळात गेलं त्याच्यावर विचार करून काही उपयोग नाही. तसं भविष्यकाळात हे विचार करून काही उपयोग नाही. असंच साक्षात करत राहायचं का?
जसं घडतं तसं घडू द्यायचं काही.
आणि संस्कार येत नाही का व्हायचं आणि संस्कार येत नाही. If at all you want to do something, do that which you cannot do at all. There is no doing. Be in the stage of nobility.
Being rather than doing. Being rather than doing.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, it happens like that. When you are being, that only happens. When you are in mind, then you start doing. The doership is there.
You get the impression that you are doing, you are not really doing.
True. Is it? But you are quite contented with your doership. At that stage, when in mind living. मनात देहमनाशी एकरूप झाल्यावर आम्ही करतो असं वाटतं पण खरोखर आम्ही करत नसतो. आपोआप होत असतो पण आम्ही करतो म्हणून तुम्ही म्हणून म्हणजे काय होईल तुम्ही म्हणून म्हणजे काय होईल काय होत. He says, what do you mean by becoming one with the mind? Becoming one with the body mind means what?
Losing the sense of being.
जाणीवेचं संपर्क तुटणे. मी जाणीव आहे थोड्या वेळापुरता तरी. You can never sever your connection with beingness. Impossible. If you sever your connection with beingness, you are no more.
So when I said losing, I mean forgetting more than anything.
नाही विसरणं. जाणी विसरणं. जाणीव तुम्हाला विसरत काय तरी आपणच विसरून विसरून जातो. तुम्हाला विसरत काय केलं As a matter of fact, you cannot forget beingness also. Being is the very base. Beingness might forget itself. Beingness might go into oblivion. It might forget itself.
There is a constant restlessness in the mind at times, a search, as you would say, wanting to realize something. That itself also seems to be an obstacle. What is more important is being
Realize what? Realize objectively. Or anything at that.
to a particular object. Even that seems to be an obstacle. What seems to be more important is just to be rather than to try and get at an object.
मनाचा सारखा गोंधळ गडबड होत असते. मनाला काहीतरी पाहिजे ते मिळाले नाही ते पुन्हा त्याच्या मागे धावतं. असं मनाचा गोंधळ नेहमी चाललेला असतो. मनाचा पुढे मागे. वेअर इज युअर पोझिशन? वेअर इज युअर लोकेशन? म्हणजे आफ्टर द माइंड और प्रायर टू द माइंड?
Prior to the mind is what I would say.
मनाच्या अगोदर म्हणतो. So don't worry about the mind.
Let the mind run on. Let it. Don't pay too much attention.
Yeah. म्हणजे मनाची काही काळजी करायची जरूर नाही. मन डोंट वरी अबाउट द माइंड.
The death of my mother and my sister, he has become very, he is totally in the past, in the memories of the past. And he broods about it quite a lot. And I have a lot of respect and compassion for him, but I know that I cannot help him if I emerge myself in the way he is. He wants to live in the dream world of his past, what he lived with his wife and his daughter for many years.
Your father, is it?
Yes. Sometimes I see in myself a conflict between a daughter who wants to feel compassionate and be present to him, and another self who is witnessing all this and who is not implicated in this game. Do I make myself clear? No. Sometimes in myself I find a conflict between
conflict in you only.
Yes, like a division in my way of looking at the state of my father. Yes. Sometimes I feel as if there's a part in me which is the daughter, the normal reaction of a daughter who wants to be present near the father and help him. But at the same time, I have a distance in me which is witnessing, and I know that I cannot help him. I want to know the true nature of compassion.
What do you mean the past and what do you mean by the present? Present. You said you were
भूतकाळामध्ये वावरता येतं का?
banana.
भूतकाळामध्ये वावरता येतं का?
नाही तसं नाही म्हटलं त्याने. त्या आठवणीमध्येच ते असतात.
बघूया.
त्या भूतकाळातल्या आठवणीमध्ये
भूतकाळाची आठवण काय असते?
त्यात प्रश्न तो नाही तिला.
मला म्हणून बघ. अतियुक्त म्हणजे याला म्हणाला
नाही कोण विचारत नाही ती शेवटी काय म्हणते तर मी मुलगी ह्या नात्याने त्यांच्याकडे जर बघितलं तर माझ्यामध्ये दुधाभाव असतो. म्हणजे एक म्हणजे सर्वसाधारण मुलगी म्हणजे त्यांच्याबरोबर राहायला पाहिजे, त्यांना सहानुभूती द्यायला पाहिजे हे, आणि दुसरं म्हणजे पारमार्थिक दृष्टीने जर बघायचं नुसतं आपलं त्याचं दर्शन करायचं. मी काही करू शकत नाही
अशा तऱ्हेचं नाम फार कर हे माझं असं
He got interested in dealing with such questions.
Giving attention to your beingness and not forgetting what you are in reality. You can do your service to your father. There is no problem. That's what he told some other person in similar situation.
खूप बोलला म्हणून वाटतं ना तो निर्णयानंतर मी बसलेला आहे म्हणून निर्णयानंतर बसलेला आहे.
He said earlier I have talked a lot on such subjects, but presently I am in no mood. Because I am already dead and gone. From that state I am talking.
लाखो बघावर माणसं त्यांची झाल्यामध्ये म्हणजे आता किती कोण
How can I say millions of people are there in the world? How can I individually solve the problems of each person? When asked, what is the past and what is the present? So I told him, we can never think of the past. I'm sorry, we can never think of the present. Either we think of the past or the future. He said, spiritually, normally people talk about the past stages, etc. Nobody thinks of the present. So I told, we can't think of the present. So Maharaj says, give up thinking of the time also. You think about your own self. If you think about your own self, that self covers both past, future and present. It covers the manifest world, and the remnant is with you as you are. Having embraced the entire world in time and space, the remnant is with you. Think about that. So when you think about that, you think about everything. Even in the past, which has happened and which has gone, you cannot change. There is no use thinking. About the future also, the future is not going to happen according to your likes or dictates. There is no use thinking about the future or the past. Dwell on yourself only.
Except that the mind has a habit of thoughts coming in automatically in any event. Whether you consciously try to think of the past or the future or the present, all you can really do is to not pay too much attention to these thoughts.
मनामध्ये विचार सारखे चांगलं असतं. Oh, because that's the very nature is it. Employ your mind to the extent it is useful for your normal daily chores. Not beyond that.
Beyond that, you can try and think of the self as Maharaj's wisdom said. And beyond that, you can try and employ the mind in thinking of the self as Maharaj has said.
आपण सांगितलं तसं मग ते मनच घडवून स्वतःबद्दल विचार करायला लावायचा मनाला त्याच्यानंतर स्वतःबद्दल विचार करायला लावायचा.
तुझ्याकडे बघत म्हणजे आपण तुला म्हणलं पाहिजे तुझ्या प्रश्न सोडली म्हणजे आपण तुझ्याकडे
You just give it up. You just ignore it. When you ignore it, it will cooperate with you in seeking the self.
Ignore
the thoughts or the mind.
If you are a customer to the mind, it will take you for long rides, farther away from you.
Sorry.
July 1980, evening session continued.
नंतर आल्यानंतर आनंद घटनांचा संध्याकाळचा झाला होता. तुम्ही माझी गाडी बाहेर काढली. मला माहिती नाही आज मिळणार अनंत जगाला पोहोचून वापरून ऐकू नका.
It is again repeat. It's the power of that consciousness which can create anything according to the strength of your concept. So he says, what is that Lingadeha normally called? Lingadeha means that causal body. The causal body is very tiny, very subtle, minutest. Still, having embraced the world, entire world, having created the entire world, it dwells as a remnant left over in you. Because having covered everything, it remains in you. So he gives an instance. He says, we are actually followers of this Saguna Bhakti. Saguna means an image, a God, and worshipping the God and devotion. So with such devotion, intense devotion, miracles do happen. But when miracles do happen, it depends on the strength of the conviction of the devotee. So he gives an example. When his guru had a lot of disciples. So one disciple was proceeding to his place, to the place of the guru. Meanwhile, they had to cross a small river. At that time the river was dry and suddenly some floods were there and the car got stuck up.
So he prayed to his guru, who was miles away in a village. Nevertheless, the guru suddenly appeared there bodily and helped the devotee to get his car out of the floods. And he just disappeared from the place. The devotee was quite amazed at the miracle. On reaching the ashram of the guru, he narrated the miracle to his guru. But the guru simply said, I know nothing about the miracle at all.
माझ्या टायमात हे होतं आमचा फोन घेऊन जाणार रात्रीत राहतो दिवस आणि एकदम बरोबर पडला तो घाबरलो तेवढा कोणतरी येतो हातात घेऊन आपल्याला जायचं आहे तिथे दरवाजा कोण
शंकरराव शंकररावाने सांगितलं झालेलं आपण सांगितलं शंकरराव
हे दुसरं आमच्या सारखा नसेल मला हे बांधून गेले बांधून नाही आणलं नाही तर कोणतं पाण्याचं कामाला जेवण घेऊन येतो झालं जाईल त्याच्याने थांबलं नाही वाटत
and he didn't know how to proceed to the Guru's place. Meanwhile, somebody comes with lantern. He said, I am directed by the Guru to escort you. So like that he was escorted out of the woods.
मला पुस्तक नमस्कार आलेली आहे त्याच्यामध्ये मुख्य नमस्कार मला चित्र तो दोन वाढले इकडे रस्ता तिकडे रस्ता चार बाजूला मोकळे गेले मध्ये त्यावर उभा तुझ्या गोष्टी पाहतो ते तुम्ही वळावर होती काठी तिकडे पण त्यात पण माणूस नव्हतं ते कमी होती तिकडे बघितलं लागले कशाचं भक्कम उभा त्यांच्या डाव्या बाजूला पडादर वस्ती दिसली पाहिजे वस्ती होती त्यांच्या वस्तू आहे म्हणून तिकडे गेलो नंतर असा ठेवलो मला समोर बनतो 우선은 지금 그 정도 받은 거 그냥 또 찍고 맞아 금권 다 끼면 되는 거예요. 어쨌든 봐야 뻔해요. 아까 로나드 오늘 말아요. 어쨌든 말지 알았죠. 뭐 저까지 오겠습니다. 이걸 5만원 불라면 먹고 이거 진짜 깔아놓으면 다들 하는 거구나. 어차피 먹기 버리지도 여기 안 먹을 거야.
He says there have been so many miracles, but when he intensely remembers, it happened to him only. You know, after the grace of his Guru, he started going about in various places. He left the house without telling anybody. So while going about, on the countryside, he came across some roads, number of roads going from the same point. And it was the afternoon, almost noon, and he felt very hungry. On the road, there was a roller also to repair the road, but no person was there round about. So he was just holding his stick and wondering, I'm hungry, I have to get food. So he just looked around, he saw a habitation, some few huts. There was a well also. He went to the well, he crossed over that fence, and he went to some houses, begged for food, got the food, ate the food, drank the water, crossed over the fence, came on the road, on the same roller. Then he looked around. When he looked around, there was no trace of any habitation. His hunger was satisfied. A lot of people joined this particular cult.
Oh.
Whereby he says you must have intense faith. Now I have transcended all that miracle state.
या ज्ञानाला फणसा बांधला सगळा होतं ते किती बरोबर
That was nice experience, very enchanting. But with this knowledge, so-called profound knowledge, everything is now dismissed. Even that mellowness of devotion is also lost.
ठेवलंच नाही परमाने त्याच्यावर सकाळी बघू शक्ती जगाचा अनुभव नाही
Therefore, it's anything again. Whatever you experience the world, you are not experiencing the world. You are experiencing your beingness. And this is a manifestation of your beingness.
त्यांनी याची ओळख करून दिली त्याच्यात एक म्हणून यावं त्याच्यात सर्व त्यांचं आता चालू निघून गेला आल्या नाही कसं काय बोलणार पण तुम्ही आता पण किती आहे संध्याकाळी विषय केलं त्यांनी शब्द बोलला होता माझ्यावर विश्वास ठेवून कोणी आपलं काय होणार नाही हे ना त्याचा धार नाही सांभाळला असं कोणी सांभाळ माझ्यावर विश्वास ठेवून कोण धार नको टाकून घेऊन यावं तर त्याचं घरदार मी नाही सांभाळलं असं तो सांगाय मला अनुभव पुन्हा सगळं समजून गेलं माहिती घरात तुला गेली होती
Nothing wrong can happen to you. His Guru used to say that you keep the house of your, keep the door open and you give it to me. Have full faith in me and go away. And I will see that nothing happens to your house. Nobody enters. Like that his Guru used to say. Now when Maharaj left his house and he was out for a number of months, he lost all his property, including this house, he says. But when he came back, everything he got and all this thing has come automatically, he says.
भक्ती ज्ञान पाहिजे सत्ताना लोक मग त्यांच्या लहान वाटतात घरचे घ्यायचं त्याला तुमचं पडले मग माझ्या तिथे नाही मानून गेलं काय काय तुम्हाला म्हणलं असं आहे हे सगळं झूठ आहे बाकीच्या मला साथ मारली की बरं झालं ते नसेल झालं मला सांगितलं काय उपयोगाचं नाही काय समजावं हे काय समजावलं म्हणून मला नालाय ठरवला नाही का हे जे या लोकांना मी सांगितलं ते सांगतो ते तुझा काय नाही म्हणून मी पुढे सांगितलं लक्ष नाही आणि त्यांना तिथल्यानंतर एक आपणाला समाज गेल्यानंतर मला काय वाटावं काय शंका घेतो मोठा प्रश्न पुन्हा मला जेव्हा बसलो असेल पण हे ऐकतं खर्च आणि महाराजाकडे प्रश्न काढले त्याचं उत्तर कोणाला मला काढलं आहे त्यांनी मागं नसतं आणि काय झालं पुन्हा शंका पुन्हा शंका त्याच्यानं आता आपण समज गेलो
various type of this miraculous experience, spiritual experiences. So one day the Guru called, each disciple. He asked him, "What is your experience?" So each fellow used to tell, "So still, well, I got this and that." Very good. Next man, he would also say, like that, they were telling, and everybody used to be very elated that spiritually they have attained some status because the Guru used to appreciate their experiences. When Maharaj came, he also started telling his experiences. He told him aside, "This is all illusion, forget about it." He felt very disappointed. When he appreciated all the experience of other disciples, only to me he said, "This is illusion." So he felt very sorry. Later on, Maharaj told him, his Guru told him, "You are not meant for this, you have something more that I will tell you later." That means profound knowledge. This was one incident. Another incident, he said, you see these disciples, they used to compare notes. They used to talk among themselves about spirituality, certain doubts. So one day he raised certain doubt with his colleague, disciple. So when the discussions were going on with the Guru, his colleague friend asked the Guru, "Here is one doubt like this." So the Guru asked, "Who is having this doubt? Who is that guy?" So he said, "This very man." So Guru said, You are asking such a doubt? Just express his doubt. That how could he have a doubt like this? So from that day Maharaj had no doubt.
गुरु भक्ती में जाने जो बात मम्मी
You see, whatever dawned in me is not by referring to anybody else outside this circle of my Guru. Only my devotion to the Guru and self-abidance. Only through that all my doubts or knowledge I got through myself. I refer to nobody, I read no book.
मला बोलून घेऊन कसं विद्यानंतर घेऊन विद्यानंद आहे तो विद्यानंद घेऊ नको असं मला किती बंद झालं म्हणतो काय असेल मिळेल आपण बोलतो आपण लागायचे विद्यानंद तसं मला समजेल का मला सोडतो अनुभव आहे
There was one stage during his spiritual pursuit. He could write poems. The poems used to flow out of it, he used to write it. So in that, he had written some number of poems indicating the dialogue between Narada and Krishna. So after writing that, he produced it for the survey of his Guru. So Guru went through that and called him and said, you see what kind of power you got. And now you are reveling in this power of producing poems. Give it up. So the danger of stagnating there.
गुरुचंद्र सर्व काय होते
Maharaj, I really enjoyed that devotion on stage. That's the Guru Bhakti. His Guru directed him like that. Not only that, don't seek the blessings of gods also or deities also. He is a trouble is, once you accept the blessing of a god, you are enslaved by that god. Enslaved, you became a slave to that god. Through my Guru's teaching, he says, I became absolutely independent. Because there is nobody else, only I.
एक माणूस सवाल आहे त्याच्या संकल्पाप्रमाणे विषय प्रवास करण्याची घटना पण या जगातल्या घटना असं नाही त्याच्या प्रायव्हेट जग त्याच्या घटना निर्माण होईल म्हणजे स्वप्न जात त्याला त्याचं घटना बघा
According to the intensity of your faith in yourself, your desires are bound to be fulfilled. If not in this world, in some other world of yours.
पण
So in those other worlds, he says, in those other worlds of yours, where you will be fulfilling your desires, you might encounter similar persons, but they are similar, they are not the very persons here. It's a triplicate of these people, but not the very persons.
पण हे पण त्याला समजून विचार सगळं घडते स्वप्नाला बरोबर आहे
Many times there are a lot of problems, and we are not able to settle certain issues in this world. But in dream world, everything happens to your liking.
तुला सापाला दुखवण्याचा लक्षात होता सापाला दुखवण्याचं लक्षात होत पण मुंबईला इकडे काय साप नाही पण मुंबईला आल्यानंतर स्वप्नाच्या जाणवर साप चाललं आत्मकला आहे
Primary illusion, that consciousness, that I amness. A villager, you see, a villager, while moving about the countryside, he thought, he heard a serpent, a cobra. And he had that fear that cobra is going to sting him one day. Meanwhile, he came to Bombay. But in the dream he saw that serpent stinging him, biting him. So that fear was fulfilled in the dream here.
पण तो जन्म या पुनर्जन्माच्या मुलाखतीशी अच्छा
Of course, in the dream world, he was not dead, you see. But it is something like a rebirth. That dream world is another rebirth for him.
That's what it's saying.
22nd July 1980 morning, Tuesday.
Before the book came up, we discussed the...
Maharaj says now, he doesn't have the
Starts with the remark made, he said something going, which is this identifying with beingness, which was the phrase being used last year, I don't know whether you're still using it, identifying with beingness. It seems to me that this comes in fits and starts. I mean, at first, just a flash of it, then perhaps a longer time and so forth. It's not a question of one day you haven't got it, the next day you've got it all the time. Would that be correct?
महाराजांनी सांगितलं गेल्या वर्षी त्याला एकही प्रश्न एक दिवस येतो दुसऱ्या दिवशी जातो असं नाही तर एका दिवसाचा क्षणाला येतो क्षणाला जातो त्यावेळेला कोणाची असते coming and going.
Yes.
So he said, going is who comes and goes. Going is the one which is traveling with it. So that's something is going and coming. Where does the witnessing take place? Who does the witnessing?
It's the same, of course.
And that is yourself. He said, that is the only conviction to be had. But that which witnesses what you said was going and coming is yourself, is you, or rather is that.
No, did he use the Marathi word for conviction? Did he just use some word, abhipraya or whatever it is?
No, conviction.
No, but then there's also the question of the actual experience. Conviction is one thing, but what about the actual experience of it? When you feel suddenly that you're not identified with it?
अनुभवाचा प्रश्न येतो म्हणजे परंतु तुला कळायला लागण्यापासून कळत असेपर्यंत तुम्ही काय वाजवली असते काय तुम्ही काय वाजवली असते काय तुला वाटते काय घरात होते ना परंतु मी काय वाजवली कळा you may be conscious of that consciousness or not, okay, but the consciousness is what you call the time.
except when you are in deep sleep. But otherwise, that consciousness is always with you.
त्याचे अशोक राय हजेरी असते तत्व आहे पण तुला आकार मानत नाही दुसरं तत्व आहे.
You are that conscious presence, that principle of Godship, which is with you all the time, except of course in deep sleep, that is understood. You see, there is a conscious of the consciousness.
सुख दुःख नाही काय सुख दुःखाचा अन्न त्याला येतोय पण ते स्वतः सुख दुःख शिवाय आहे ते शिवाय अन्न त्याला येतोय सुख दुःखाचं पण ते सुख दुःखाचं जाणतं आहे सुख दुःख नाही.
That conscious presence is without form. That conscious presence is without the experience of pain or pleasure, but it witnesses that pleasure and pain being experienced.
म्हणजे बरोबरी केलं असतं स्वतःची बरोबरी केलं असतं.
When is your presence necessary? When do you feel your presence necessary? That is the question. Everything else may come and go. But that conscious presence which is you is always there. Has to be there.
मग मुद्दे तिथलं स्वतःला येतात आणि जातात पटकन हजर होत.
Mind, intellect, thoughts, feelings, they come and go. But that conscious presence which is you is and has to be present all the time.
ते घालावं लागत नाही घालून जात नाही ओढून येणार नाही काय काय
It is there by itself. You cannot drive it out. You cannot ask for it. You cannot do anything with it. It is there as a conscious presence.
सांगत नाही त्याची ओळख करून देणे आहे त्याची नाही हजेरी सांगत नाही त्याची ओळख करून देणे आहे ती ओळख करून घ्यायची आणि सरळ पूजा नदी पण घेऊ ना.
This is the only purpose which anybody can have as far as he is concerned, is that one who comes here must be conscious, must know that conscious presence which is present all the time, without form. That is not the intention, he said, don't waste it. Know that conscious presence. That is the only purpose as far as he is concerned. That is the only point on which we will talk.
What is it? What is it?
What is your age?
51.
51.
51 वर्षा तू नाही झाला त्याचा अनुभव किती झाला आहे.
In those 51 years, have you a single experience when you were not with that conscious presence? नाही. एकही अनुभव नाही.
ते परम तत्व आहे विश्व तत्व आहे ते आहे हे सगळं जाते पडते परंतु ते हयात राहते शाश्वत आहे त्याचे ओळखते कोणी तत्व आहे बस नक्कीच आहे तेच तो आहे हा निश्चय करा आमचं काय करू नको.
Again, who uses the word, have the very firmest conviction that this conscious presence without form is you, is that principle of godliness, the God principle. Have that firm conviction, and that is all that is necessary for this spiritual practice or anything else. That is the only thing.
Tend to get very proud. I am everything. How?
मग याच्यामुळं अहंकार येणार नाही का. मी म्हणजे अहंकार असेल काय काय असेल पण याच्या आधी कोण आहे. आहे म्हणण्याच्या आधी कोण आहे. आहे म्हणण्याच्या आधी कोण आहे.
He says, for the moment, forget about that pride or ego. But before anything, before even the word, and before the first thought, prior to anything, what is present? That is what is आहे म्हणण्याच्या आधी आहे. बरोबर आधी आहे म्हणण्याच्या आहे. He said that conscious presence is. After that, the conscious presence says, I am. So even before the word I am, the principle of I am is already there, must be there.
The person tends to confuse between the I am of the consciousness and the I am of the body.
हे मी आहे ते आपण सांगता इतकं पटतं, पण त्याच्यावर मग मी आहे ही देह आहे मी हे असं भासतं तरी कशाला? बरोबर आपल्या नृत्याला दुनिया भासते, दुनिया भासते त्याच्यावर. So he said, on that, because of that state of consciousness, not only is the body, the whole universe is contained in that state of consciousness. Why only the body? Why only one body? This is all the bodies and the entire universe is contained in that one state of consciousness, which is the conscious presence, which is I am. मग हे जाणीव म्हणजे अगदी लहानात लहान असं आपण म्हणतात. लहान कसा म्हणणार ही मोठी कसा मी म्हणतो. जरा लहान आता नाही तर लहान लहान मोठं कसं म्हणणार? That is a new form. How can you call it large or small? When you wake up, what happens? तर आपण नेहमी म्हणता की ते अगदी जाणीव म्हणजे अगदी भाषा आहे सगळं. ऑल दिस पण कोणत्याही भाषा तुला कळतात, भाषा तिथं आले, भाषा येतात जातात, अवस्था येतात जातात. खूप तुला दिसेल माझी सगळी तुम्हाला दिसते. ऑल दिस आर mere words in order to convey something, to convey a meaning. It is only for the purposes of communication on a subject which cannot be explained. So some words have to be used. But when words will come and go, languages will come and go, the language has always been there, is there now, and will always be there.
That one tends to confuse with the real I and the I of the body. Why does that confusion arise altogether?
देहाचा मी आणि तो खराब जाणीवेचा मी याच्यामध्ये फरक आहे असं का भासतं? फरक आहे बरोबर. Because there is a difference has been conceived. Therefore the difference is there. मध्ये फरक आहे म्हणून या गाडीवर बरोबर फरक नसेल तर होऊ कळणार नाही. There is a difference between the waking state and the sleeping state. So there is a difference which is there because you see it. बोलणार तुम्हाला बुद्धी चालवता. Please understand. The very first thing to be understood is that the subject on which he talks is beyond the intellect. You will get nowhere by trying to exercise your intellect.
My impression is that he's not interested in questions about what I may call the psychology of it. In other words, my original question was about the difference between a brilliant sort of experience, say, you open the door and the sun is there or something like that, just what the German stage has done, and the experience that he's talking about. I mean, it seems to me there are gradations that when you just have the experience of a colour, it's like an animal's experience. So to speak, total identification.
Sensorial perception.
Total identification with that. From that to what he is talking about, is it seems to me there are steps.
माझं म्हणणं असं, आपल्याला जो अनुभव आलेला आहे आत्मज्ञानाचा म्हणा कसं म्हणजे एक अनुभव म्हणा जे काय असेल ते, आणि आम्हाला ह्या नाका डोळ्याचा वगैरे जो काही भास होतो किंवा त्याचा जो अनुभव येतो याच्यामध्ये जो मोठा फरक आहे तो फरक म्हणजे त्याच्यामध्ये काही असं पातळी आहे म्हणजे स्वतःची गरज मागत नको काय तरी मिळवण्यासाठी गरज मागता त्यातून बघता तुमच्या स्वतःच्या गरजू नाही स्वरूपाच्या गरजू तुम्ही नाही या why is there a gap at all? Because we are the customers not of our true nature but of the manifested form, of what is manifested as an appearance in the consciousness. तुम्हाला तुमच्या ज्ञानाची गरज आहे असं म्हणूच नाही इतर विकास दिसते भाषा त्याची गरज आहे यू आर नॉट कन्सर्न विथ व्हॉट इज प्रायर टू द कॉन्शियसनेस बट व्हॉट कम्स as a subsequent manifestation after the appearance of the consciousness. That is the big difference.
That is the predicament.
Yeah, and what is that appears after the consciousness can never be compared to what is prior to the arrival of the
I feel Maharaj at this stage is not interested in psychology. In other words, the fact you all have this experience of it. Some days your perception is better than on other days. Some days it seems you're standing back. Other days you're immersed.
याचा कुणाचा पातळीवर आला आहे तो म्हणतो कधी कधी घनात्मनाची असं कुठे ते एकदा त्याचा अनुभव असा असतो की मला काहीतरी समजायला लागला याच्यामध्ये कधी कधी ते एवढं जाग असतं की तिथे काही समजतच नाही काय समजलं समजलं तू नाही समजणारा तू आहे He said, understand, this is where the basic mistake arises. He said, whatever the experience or the lack of experience, they are both based on consciousness. And the one who witnesses this experience or lack of it is you,
It's the same.
and not the experience. You are the witnesser of these experiences or lack of it. That's the answer. Any experience will not have the steadiness. It will still be ephemeral. Any experience, good, bad, spiritual or otherwise. And that witnesses this experience. That is the constant and the permanent. This is purely temporary and fight. Any experience.
What is important is being aware and being.
त्यांचं म्हणणं असं की ऐकल्यावरून असं समजतं की काही करायचं नाही आणि जे आहे ते मी आहे असं तिथून स्पष्ट बसायचं समजायचं नाही मी आहे असं समजायचं नाही समजलं की मी नाही असं नाही
Being aware as a state and being.
No, now being aware as a state is ephemeral.
Yes.
Ephemeral.
Ephemeral, yeah.
It is a state.
The ultimate depends the next is
So it
being.
is not understanding, but being is finished. Being there, not understanding or being aware of anything, but just being. You have split it into two. First one is yes.
The reason why I mentioned the first one because being aware of your self-awareness, in other words, that's one aspect of it, it's within the manifestation. The second is being, which is element.
समजलो जे आहे त्याच्यामध्येच असायचं पण मी दोन असायचं नाही मध्ये आणखी असायचं ना आपण बाहेर याचं वेगळं आहे ते वेगळं आहे चार झोप वेदांचा सुद्धा ते वेगळं आहे चार झोप ते जाणते पण चार झोपेमध्ये ते नाही ते आपण
It is not you are trying to be in that state. That state of beingness, I amness or we-ness is we only. That state of we-ness or I amness is even separate from waking and sleep states. That we-ness or I amness state knows or witnesses waking and sleep states. But that state is not in waking and sleep states. That state is we.
Maharaj again makes a distinction That is such a distinction. He says, the moment I think I understand, the moment I think I'm aware of something, then I have split it up. But I am, he says, the one which is prior to all understanding, all experiences, which come after the I am. I am that which is prior.
It should be.
And that is.
It should be.
But his point is, if you understand it,
Understanding is mental again.
So words will only point.
Which also shows that the search itself is, you have the concept of searching, that's also not. What is important is just being.
मग यांचं आणखी मग ते शोधणं असं आहे हे चुकीचं आहे. शोध करणे म्हणून आहे. जाग झोपेसाठी कर्मणूक आहे. जाग झोपेसाठी हे तू कर्मणूक आहे. अंडरस्टँड whatever happens after the I am, whether it is a search for something worldly or whether it is a search for anything unworldly, everything is, he uses the word entertainment. It is merely living one's allotted lifespan. It is all entertainment. Understand, both worldly and unworldly. Any search for anything is purely entertainment. Understand that basic fact.
But if one gets identified with search, then it would be an absolute liberation. If one gets identified, in other words, belongs to search, that itself can be enough.
म्हणजे काही शोधायचं आहे असा विचार सुद्धा एक प्रकारची साखळीच आहे. आपण जे असणार कोणत्या मागे त्याला पुण्य आहे. शोधले पण आणि शोधले त्याच्या मागे म्हणजे आधी पण अध्यात्म. Unbreakable fact is you are prior to the search and that which is sought. That is all there is. You were.
Context of what he had just said, that the very word Satchidananda, I call Sat is distinguished from Chit, at least in the word. Now maybe it's only a verbal distinction.
What is it?
No, he just said, I believe, that you shouldn't make this distinction between being and knowing. But it's enshrined in that word, no? Satchidananda. The distinction is enshrined.
असणं आणि समजणं याच्यामध्ये फरक करू नये असं म्हणतो. आहे तेच आहे. मग तो म्हणतो सचित आणि आनंद याच्यामध्ये जो फरक केलेला आहे तो शब्दानेच केलेला, कल्पनेने केलेला आहे. इथे इथे डिफरन्स जाग आणि झोप नसताना तू आहेस ना. जाग झोप गेली, झोप गेली, हल्ली जागाय नव्हतं. आता हे कोण जाणतोय तू तुझ्या कधी आनंद कसा आला. He says that is again purely conceptual. He said now, he said before the waking state and the sleeping state and before this consciousness came on you, were you not there? And in that permanent state, was there any question of Satchidananda? No.